good way to start a live stream, right?
All right, let's get to it. All right, so just to give you guys a quick little overview of this, this is my 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ. It's got a 6.5-inch lift, 33-inch general grabber tires. They're all terrains. This is my daily, but I do wheel with it occasionally, and it's fun to bring into the course every once in a while. I got a little mini one right there. So what are we working on today? Here, let me, since I put all the effort of getting that in there, let's actually use it, huh? There we go. How about that? Nice shot there. All right, so what we're working on today. The first order of business, I'm going to start working on my table for Rock the Ozarks. Let me bring the table a little closer. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, I got this Rust-Oleum. It's kind of like a concrete pavement spray. I don't know if you can see that real well, but it should make it look like concrete or pavement or something like that. And I want parking spaces on my table this year, because just having a boring white table for the little bit of rigs I bring with me seem kind of boring. So I want to kind of liven it up a little bit, and that's what we're going to get started on today. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put a coat of this Rust-Oleum stuff on there, and while that's drying, then we'll work on some course stuff. I got to find a home for these fence posts and stuff. But yeah, let's get after it. I can't wait to see how this thing looks. It should be pretty cool looking, I hope. This can is kind of expensive. It's like $16-17 for one can. But that means it's worth it, right? You get what you pay for? I hope. I really hope. I mean, it seems it's sunny, it's warm, it's not supposed to rain today. Good day for painting because it's not terribly hot. I didn't sand this table down. Hopefully it sticks. It's got kind of a rough feel to it anyway, so hopefully. If it doesn't stick, lesson learned. We'll go with it. We're trying to be creative. Not bad. It's going to give it a really rough texture. I like that already. It looks pretty cool. Very nice, very nice. Tip for painting, you want to go past where you're painting. Don't ever stop short. Not bad, not bad. It's a little streaky in some spots. I'm going to go both directions. Can't really mess up this kind of paint because it just spackles stuff everywhere. Just trying to get a uniform coat, and it seems to be doing the job. It actually looks really, really nice already. I'm already almost out of paint. So I think I'm gonna do the edges one more time and I might be out of paint. That might be 16 bucks right there. A little bit left. I think we'll go right here. Out. Pretty much it. Pretty much a solvent left. All right, that's not terrible. It's not terrible. Would I buy another can of it, stick it on there? Maybe. I don't know if I want to spend $30 on a paint job for a table, but we'll see. I'll bring you in closer and you can actually look at it. So, I don't know how this is coming out on camera, but can you see? It's kind of got that concrete-ish, texture-ish look to it. Now, once I pull up those masking tapes, hopefully I'll have some decent parking spaces on there. And it should you should see the difference between the white and the gray look to it. What's up, guys? All right, so that's the first step of the day. All right, now we're gonna do some course maintenance while that dries a little bit. I want that to be nice and tacky. Make sure the camera's not gonna fall on me. Smooth got paint all over my leg, but it'll be fine. That's what you get for trying to rush a paint job, but it is what it is. It's not supposed to be perfect. All right, so now I guess what we do while we're waiting, we said this fencing, right? Yeah, we're gonna work on this fencing. This fencing, I think, when it's not on sale, is about $7 a piece. If you can find it on sale, I would snatch it up. I want to say we got this for like $1.50 a piece in the clearance aisle. So that's something to keep in mind on that. Which way? This way. I kind of like this way. Alright, so we are going to work on that. This thing down here. Nice. Gotta find some kind of use for this stuff. I'll show you guys the bridge here in just a second once I get a battery in a rig. Nice thing about this kind of paint job, I'm not really worried about any dirt falling into it because, like I said, it's a spackle job. So it's kind of supposed to look like there's stuff all over it. Hopefully that'll give it a little more uniqueness. I hope. I'll try and put these pieces in. This fencing's at least a couple years old now, so it's not in the best shape, but still does the job. Creates a small barrier. It's not going to keep grass out or anything, but looks okay. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna put fencing across here. I may honestly start pulling this back more because we still got lots of rocks, and I still have to dump a bunch of rocks in here. I don't know. We're winging it today. We're just kind of figured out. I know I want fencing along this outside, so I'm gonna go put fencing along the outside here. Which way did it? This way. Main reason I'm working on this stuff today is that we just got a lot of rain, so the ground is really soft. So that's a perfect time if you're moving earth or if you're sticking stuff down in the ground after it rains and the ground is real soft. That's the best time to do it, because if you do it in the middle of a drought around here, it's like pounding rocks. Nothing gets done. It's a pain in the butt. Not the easiest thing to line up, but it's going. There. All right. So I did some fencing right along here. I got that part done. Once that tacks up just a bit, I'm trying. Oh, what is that? Can we? Not quite. Anytime you're checking paint, always pick a little unassuming spot, something nobody's gonna see, and tap it with your finger. If the paint comes off on your finger, it's not tacked up yet enough to pull the masking tape off. You don't want to wait till the stuff is totally hard to pull that masking tape up, because then you can pull up paint you don't want to and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty soon, once that's good and dry, then we can put some rigs on it. Matter of fact, all right, so let's go check out the bridge. I'll move you guys a little closer here. This is how the bridge is starting. So we have a rock pile, and then it goes into this section. I'm thinking about doing something here because it's too easy right here right now. But the bridge section itself, that's pretty fun. I want to make a couple of adjustments. Look at that. That's a crazy looking moth. It's a big fella. He's just hovering. But yeah, that's the bridge section right there. And then we have the end piece. Hopefully I don't lose service coming this far out, but then it comes into this section, comes down to there. Very rickety, very twisty. Comes up that way. What's up? Got the Jeep flexed out on the hill there. Woo! Thought I fell in one of my holes. I wouldn't say that that's completely flexed out. I think it's got a little bit more to go, but I didn't want to accidentally drive too far and break any of my stuff. But she's got a little more flex in her. I think maybe another inch or two of flex. Here, we can walk around and see what's going on over there. I got you on my tripod, so it's a little janky at the moment, but it's a decent bit of flex there. Not a bad rig. I've had this for about 5 or 6 years now. I drive it every day. It's my daily. And like I said, I do wheel with it. I don't do nothing too crazy with it. I'm open diff front and rear. So I can't, you know, I mostly go in the mud. I don't really rock crawl a whole lot with it, but it's a nice little rig. It's a lot of fun. What is also a lot of fun is my mini rig. This feller. That's a SCX 10.2. This is a 2000 Jeep. They don't make 2001s, but it's the same body style. But yeah, lots of hop ups and upgrades on that. We're gonna throw a battery in that. We're gonna test the bridge out here in just a second. All right, I'm gonna go run and get a battery, controller, and while we're waiting on the paint to dry, yeah, we'll just have some fun with the bridge or something. I don't know. Have fun first, work more later. Like I said, I got lots of rocks to shovel today. I don't know if that'll be in the video or not. I don't know. If you guys want to see me shovel rocks, let me know. Got my controller, got my battery, got my Joe ropes. It's Joe ropes or no ropes. Isn't that convenient? It's super convenient. You just leave that. Alright, so I got my battery. Now this is a direct power system, so I mean you should always make sure your controller's on first anyway. But with a direct power system, you really want to make sure that you have that controller on first. Clips in there. I'm running a 3-cell LiPo today. I almost always run 3-cell on this rig. Every now and then I'll run 2-cell if I feel like I need to, but more often than not I just run 3-cell. There we go, we're powered up. For some reason, and I don't know if this happens with everybody or not, but my when I turn my rig on, my winch always reels in or reels out about that much every time I turn it on. So I always try to make sure I spool my winch out a little bit just in case, because I don't want to over torque that winch motor. I don't know if anybody else's rig does that or not, but mine does. Alright, got body clips in. Oh. On the way center. Yeah, there we go. Back one's in. Alright, put our winch back on. Alright, we're ready to go. Alright, I'm going to leave you guys on the tripod and we're just going to take you to the bridge. You can see what I'm doing. If you have any suggestions on what obstacles, or if you have any kind of suggestions on what I could possibly do to make that bridge a little more technical, by all means let me know. Yeah, we're hitting it right now, man. We're gonna attempt it anyway. I haven't driven on this bridge with this truck since I built it. I wanted these rocks to be loose on purpose. Oh yeah, it walked right up it. See what I'm saying? So I definitely need to add some obstacles here, because that just looks too easy. Because see, this is just easy driving up this way. So I'm thinking maybe cutting some of those pieces out of there, or maybe adding something to it to try and make it a little more difficult. Because like the bridge itself, this part, this is okay. There's only a couple of spots I really want to mess with. I don't want to make this too hard. Like I put a pretty big hole in it. Now, if you know where to drive, it's easy. Now, if you fall in that hole, it'll swallow a 4.75 tire, and you will not be able to get out of there. I found that out the other day driving my FMS truck. So you got to stay to the left a little bit. But after this, it's pretty much smooth sailing. There's no big holes. I think I want to add a little more realism to the bridge. Honestly, if it wouldn't make the bridge so heavy, I thought about doing a covered bridge, like actually adding, you know, a roof and everything to it. That would be really cool. All right, I'm gonna bring you guys to the other side. You see right here, that part's pretty cool. I don't know if I want the whole bridge to be like that, because that could potentially be a nightmare to get through. You know, I do like the struggle, but I don't know if I want that much struggle. We still got service this far out. Guys, let me know if the quality starts to drop. I'm pinging off the Wi-Fi in the house. I don't want to go too far. Now this part of the bridge is actually really cool, because some of these boards are loose. And not only the boards are crooked this way, the boards are also crooked this way. So like it actually has a twist to it as you go down. I'm really happy with this section. Woo. Smooth as butter. Now going up this thing is a totally different story. Almost bit it. Almost bit it. I saved it though. All right, now let's go right here. Like I said, I haven't tried to go up this bridge with this truck before. Oh, look at there. Woo. Just hard enough to go up. Woo. There you go. Nice. Yeah, I'm really happy with that part of the bridge. So I don't think I'm going to add too much to that section. This is an SCX-10-2. This is a discontinued model. The only way you're going to find one of these is on eBay or buying it used from somebody. If you can find one brand new in the box, those things are worth some serious money. So you consider yourself lucky to get one of these. This is the kit that you actually have to build from Axial. And yeah, it's got 3D printed interior inner fenders. It's got a lot of stuff on there. Let's whoop, spin you around here. Yeah, it's a beautiful rig. I have a servo powered winch, so it's a very powerful winch. It's slow, but it's very powerful. It'll lift the whole truck off the ground. Well, that part let me down. The cable won't. That's a HRWRC cable, which I've had this happen like a million times already. And this is the weak point, is just that little thing. I need to find a better keychain or something to go on there. Come on, you. Back in there. I don't know if I can fix it with my hands or if I have to put a pair of vice grips or something on it. I may have to. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Nope, nope, nope. Almost got it. Almost got it. Come on. Come on. Just gotta hold it right. Stick your tongue out to the side. Come on. Come on. I may have to. Come on. We're so close. I need the finger strength. I'm not gonna get it. All right, I give up. All right, so what we'll do, look, for demonstration sakes, I'll wrap that around. Oh, that hurts my hand. See, it pulls it. Oh, about to cut my finger off. Jeez. Very strong winch. Not necessarily a strong chain on the end of my land anchor, but it's a strong winch. We'll pull that in for now. I just have to remember to reel that out some before I shut it off so that next time I power it up, I don't accidentally break anything. Pretty sure that's a common thing of the winch spooling in a little bit whenever you turn them on. Is that gonna go in, or do I got problems? Here, let me take that ring off. Get out of there. Get out of there. Alright, is it gonna work now? Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Alright. We're on there now. Probably need to reel that in just a little bit so it doesn't get caught on anything. And then I'm gonna take, what should I take? This? Yeah. We're gonna take that. Oh, there's a leaf. Just so I don't lose any of my parts. I got spare body clips and screws in there. This is my hiking rig, so I like to keep stuff with me that I may potentially need to get down the trail. There we go. Close. Stay close. Alright. As long as we don't roll over, I think that'll be fine. I actually, speaking of that, in case I get thirsty. Oh, I didn't put any drinks in here? Man, I thought I had drinks in there. I got ice. I got ice in there. This one, I don't remember what I put in here. Oh, that's what I put in there. Put a snatch block in there. If you're wondering why there's water in here, I actually filmed a really epic video. It's not out yet, but it's coming out, what's today? Today's Friday, so it should be coming out Sunday, I think. Sunday I'll have the video out for this. That'll be really cool. Today, at 5 o'clock, my Trail Finder 2 video drops. That's going to be in 4K. That'll be a really awesome, epic video. I have tried this bridge with my Trail Finder, and I have not been able to do it yet. And I don't necessarily want this to be easy enough for my Trail Finder to do, because all my other rigs are a lot more capable. So if I make it easy enough for one truck to do, that specific truck, all my trucks will have way too easy of a time with it. So I'm okay with the fact that my Trail Finder 2 can't do this bridge right now. It is what it is. Make a real Jeep like that? You mean that one right there? Is that the one? Is that the one we're talking about? I did have a red body on this at one point, but I really like the gray. I mean, I already have a red one, so I mean, I did have one specifically to match, and I thought that was, you know, a lot of fun. But I don't know, I like this color scheme. I like the Punisher theme on it. I don't know if you can tell or not. Let me put him in frame there. I got Frank Castle driving, Punisher. He's also got a bunch of scale items. He's actually got his own little RC Jeep in the passenger seat. And then we got a Jeep Punisher logo on the front. And we got Punisher on the back. That's a heavy rig. I have no idea how much it weighs, but it's a pretty heavy rig. See, that was fast, I told you. It's another reason why I wanted to bring my my little XJ out, because I was playing with my big XJ this morning. All right, we got a pretty big hole right here. So if you, here's the thing about this bridge. If you drop your front tire into that hole, you're done. That's it. You're done. You're cooked. You can't go further. So you really have to drive right on the center of that and then hook it back over to get through that hole. And then, like I said, right here is just way too easy. So we got to work on that. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll put some rocks. Actually, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Well, that'll make it a lot heavier though. I'm trying to watch the weight because I'm only holding this bridge up with some buckets. I got 4 buckets holding this whole bridge up. Well, there's two posts there, so I'm sure that helps a little bit, but the majority of the weight is on the buckets. Those posts on the side there, that's really just to keep the thing from tipping over. The weight load is being held by the buckets. So I don't want to make that bridge too heavy. One, because it'll snap in the middle more than likely, because underneath this bridge is where I usually do my mud videos, and we haven't gotten nearly enough rain for me to start a mud video, but mud is coming. We're gonna film some mud in here just as soon as we get some more rain. Now I could, you know, get the hose and fill it up and do stuff like that, and if we don't get enough rain soon, I may do that, but I like to, if we got rain coming, then I'm just going to use the rain to make mud. I got to get some grass taken out of there some more. It's a lot of upkeep. That's why my course is only as big as it is right now, because of the fact that it is so much upkeep to take care of all this stuff. All right, we're going to test another spot here. Maybe this is almost done. Are we dry? Oh, we're packed up. Good. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pull these masking bits off. Use my knife. There we go. Well, that's pretty noticeable. Yeah. All right. So that would be like your, I don't even know what you call those in parking lots. The little piece of concrete that stops you from going over. Whatever that's called, I don't know. And pull that one up. The paint's still tacky, but that's how you get clean lines. You don't want to wait till it's rock hard on there, because then you could pull up paint you don't want to. Nice. I have some nice little parking spots. They're definitely not perfect, but it's the thought that counts, you know. I put a little bit of effort in there, bring some scale into it. Trust me, some people's dioramas and stuff at these RC shows and stuff are just amazing, literally amazing. They put a lot of thought and effort behind it. I'm not putting a whole lot of effort behind this just because I got so much going on right now. I got tons of projects to do. So I really just wanted to go live today, hang out with you guys for a little bit, kind of show you what I got going on, make it kind of an easy, chill Friday. I wanted to go darker. I would like to go darker, but they didn't have at Walmart, they didn't have anything darker than this. And I didn't want to go black. Now I may have to go black at some point. I mean, I already got the texture in there, so if I want it to look like regular asphalt, then I'll probably just do a coat of black over it. I'll remask these lines off and just do a coat of black or something. I don't know if I'll get that done before Rock the Ozarks. I might. I don't know. It's not like it's going to take a long time. It's just I got to have the tenacity to do it. But yeah, that looks pretty good. That there. Is it coming out on camera? Can you see the lines? What's up? So what's the price for a Jeep like that? Which Jeep you talking about? You talking about this Jeep? You talking about that Jeep? Because that Jeep, I'm gonna tell you right now, I've got roughly, value-wise, about $1,000 in that thing. That one, believe it or not, $16,000 I've got in the build in that. Between the lift kit, the tires, the engine. The engine's worth more than the whole Jeep. So I mean, it's not cheap. You can get XJs right now for a pretty decent price if you find a good one. I will tell you, you want to stay away from 1996 to 1997. Those are probably the two worst years for XJs, and that's due to wiring problems. They have a lot of electrical problems. 96 and 97 have a lot of electrical problems. You got a V8 in there? No, I wish. It's a built 4-liter though. So it's a straight 6. It's got Clearwater thicker cast performance heads. It's got Keith Black pistons and rods, Keith Black internals, like everything in it's Keith Black from what I could buy. It's got a bigger cam in it. It's got a velocity stack on the throttle body. I'm drawing a blank here. It's got a transmission cooler. It's got a lot of stuff on there. It's got an SYE kit. That's a 6.5-inch rough country lift. It does pretty good. But maybe one day, if it becomes a fully off-road only rig, sure, we'll drop an LS in it or something, you know. That could be a lot of fun. That's a lot of motor for a little 4x4 like that. But I bet you it'd be a lot of fun with a V8 in it. This thing right here, that's got a V8 in it. That's got way more power than it needs. That's a 4S system in there, and it definitely does not need 4S. That is, it's running a Holmes BRXL system, and it's got a 35 turn Holmes Torque Master motor Pro. It's got the Pro motor in it, and that Pro motor is like $180 just for the motor by itself. Yeah, you're not kidding. That's a lot of power, man. Even though, let's say, a stock LS3 is what, 310 horsepower. This thing, bone stock, when it was bone stock, makes like 195 horsepower. So by putting an LS in that, you're adding, over 50% power to that thing. And that's a lot. So, I mean, before you even go to an LS, you would probably have to beef up the axles. You'd probably have to go to a SVDs or something like that, or completely tear the axles out from under it and put 1 tons underneath it, if you're going to be putting that kind of power in there. Otherwise, you're just going to be breaking stuff. And the same thing goes for RCs too. If you put too much power in your RC, more than likely you're going to spend more time breaking stuff than you are on the trail. I mean, and that's something to think about when you're building an RC. Like, yes, this is a 4S system, and yes, it can take a 4S battery, but I've only put a 4S battery in it once, and it was way too much power for that thing. Not to mention, you can't run your light kit on 4S, because if you plug in a light kit on 4S and it's direct power into your receiver, you will fry your light kit. I don't know if any of you guys know that or not, but don't try it, because it will cost you a light kit. Ooh, see, now this is that hole I was talking about. If you don't go to the right, see that? That just swallows it. Now I can back out, but if you commit to that hole, you're stuck. So you have to go a little bit, take it center. You can let your drop go in there, or let your back fall in there. Your back tire can fall in there and you can still get out, but if your front tire goes in there, you're stuck. Certain amount of power. Right, absolutely. Absolutely. I do know of a few Jeep XJs that have LSs in them, and they are heavily built to take that power. I, on the other hand, I wanted more power than stock, because obviously I'm running bigger wheels and tires and stuff, and I do daily drive this, so I want I want the power to move down the highway if I need to. And this will do 75, 80 down the highway with no problem. I'm not screaming on the rev limiter. I think I'm doing like 2,100 RPMs on the highway at 75 miles an hour. So, I mean, and that's the main reason why I wanted to build my 4.0 versus putting something more powerful than that in there. I want to say I haven't had the thing dyno tuned, but if a stock one makes 195, I'm at least making 220 or better with the mods and build that I have going on there. But like I said, it's never been dynoed. I don't know exactly what kind of power that thing puts out, but I know it's more than stock. Let's I'm gonna bring you guys down low so you can see the kind of incline we're dealing with. Try not to get disoriented. Ugh, that's a little lower. Can we go lower? I will make it lower. All right, let's go here. And we go there. I thought about just putting you guys on my selfie stick, but then I'd be switching back and forth constantly. So, all right, there we go. That's a decent setup right there. I'm really liking this section. I could honestly go back and forth on this specific section over and over and over again. This is a really nice section. It's pretty steep. Yes, you definitely will lose power over time. The really nice thing about those 4 liters, man, is that even a 20-year-old 4 liter, it'll still start up every day. It'll still take you to work. It may lose a little bit of power over time as you start to lose those clearances. But I mean, it's a tractor engine, man. They run forever. I've seriously seen people with, you know, spun rod bearings that are clicking and clacking, piston slap, and they just keep going. It's really hard to kill that engine. Now the transmission might break, or you might break an axle or something on the trail, but that engine usually will just keep chugging. Yep, 4L is a beast, man. I'm telling you. That red Jeep is actually it's my second XJ. It's my third Jeep. I am a Jeep guy, die-hard Jeep guy. I will eventually have a TJ with a 4 liter in it. We'll get there one day. Right now, I'm having a lot of fun with this one, but we'll get there. I plan on giving that Jeep to my daughter when she's old enough to drive and responsible enough to drive it. Look at the slop in this bridge. This bridge actually, Dave, is pretty rickety. It's got some bounce to it. I feel like we could do something in this section. I think right here, I think we need to do something. Maybe move these and twist it, or maybe break one. That's what we could do. Maybe I'll break one of these over here on this side, and then I'll break another one on this side or something, and you have to kind of weasel your way through it. Well, I don't want to do broken and then broken, because that'll leave a really big hole. But yeah, that's something we could do today. Get some work done. Right now, I'm having fun. I should be working, but we just having fun today. Yeah, you are exactly right. The Bugatti, the W16, it's 2 V8s bolted together. It's a nasty engine. It also costs more than most people's entire lives. Could you imagine a W16 in anything other than a Bugatti? Like, that would be so intense of an engine to have in there. Hey, if you guys would, let me know how my quality's doing, because I'm a little far away from my router. If the quality starts to drop, let me know. I'll move the camera closer that way so that we can have good, imagine 2 V12s from a Ferrari W24. Yeah, see, that would be absolutely nuts. That's an intense amount. That's a lot of money, man. That's just insane. That's a millionaire or a billionaire who's got nothing to do. That's like, okay, so when Weston Chaplin becomes a billionaire, he's probably going to start doing stuff like that. He's going to start sticking Bugatti engines and Ferraris and stuff like that. But who knows? Who knows? I think I'm gonna go get a saw and a hammer, and we're gonna try and damage this bridge a little bit more. I feel like the front section's good, but this section right here is just way too easy. So we gotta think of something to do here. So I'm gonna turn the Jeep around. We'll give you a good shot there. That's pretty good. All right, not too bad if I stay still. All right, we'll hold it there for now. I'm gonna go get a saw and a hammer and I'll be back. Really excited for when that paint's all the way dry. I want to put rigs on it already. I don't want to mess that paint up though. Like I said, that was an expensive paint job. All right, which one did we say we were breaking? Oh, I'm sure of it. Bolting. I mean, technically, if you bolt, say you bolt two W16s together, isn't that close to like a mega airplane engine or something? Because, wouldn't it just be in a circle? Because you got to think, two V8s, I'm thinking of a pie graph. Eventually, you're going to build into a circle. And you're just going to have gobs of horsepower, I think. All right, right about there. Hopefully, we don't break the bridge too much. Right about there. I'm using a metal saw because I don't want a rough cut. So a metal saw will take longer, but it'll give you a cleaner cut. Because a rough cut could potentially have a lot of burrs on it that could actually give me a legit flat tire. So we don't want that. Let's not. Which one was this one? You stay there. Actually, here, back up. Just in case. You guys might see the bridge fall in half in real time. Who knows? This way. That's pretty close. Let's see if we can just smack it. Not yet. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so that
Nice. All right, I like that. Oh no, my bridge is breaking. It's all part of the scale. All right, so what we're gonna do, I gotta get more black paint for this because we're gonna add some pieces in here to make it look like somebody cobbled some stuff together. I always like that that broken fixed kind of look to it. Probably I don't want nice wood. I want old dingy broken wood. Everything I build with is out of like old scrap pallet wood because I like the old broken style of wood. Alright, we're going to take this janky looking piece here, maybe, hey, that's not a bad idea. Nice. Like that. Hey. Alright, so now, like that. Actually looks pretty cool. Sure. Yeah. I'm alright with that. See, I still got some burrs on there from smacking that wood. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems. If not, I'll have to sand it and file it down some. We'll see. But that'll give us a little bit of a hole. Oh, I don't have any screws with me. I have to go grab screws and or hey, use my nails, my old nails, if they're not all bent up. Do I have any that are straight? Doubt it. When I break my pallets down, I always save all my nails and stuff. I don't know why I save them. Maybe it's because I just like having jars of stuff. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go run and grab some screws, my drills. I think he does have a helicopter engine. I'm pretty sure of it. I think I remember watching that episode. Got the screws, driver. Alright, first things first. Fight you. Let's go action. Here, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. Fine. Not like that. A little more interesting now. Alright. I kind of want to leave this piece loose. I like the idea of potentially falling through that. Alright, so now let's give it a try. This is how I build my courses. I just start with one thing and go out and drive, and if something feels a little too boring or a little too easy, you just play with it. Move some stuff around, use some old wood or something. Let's move our tools. Alright, let's get you back up there. Starting to get pretty hot out today. Hopefully my phone doesn't overheat. We're already up to an hour on the stream, so we're not going to run too much longer. All right, that was nice. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. You too. All right, now let's try this broken section. All right, there's the hole. Nice. See, that's not too terrible, and it gives a little more realism of a broken bridge. All right, I think we'll do, only got a couple more minutes before we're at an hour on the stream. So I'm gonna do a couple more, or maybe one more down and back on the bridge. And then I'm gonna work more on that table. That table should be almost dry. I'll take some pictures, I'll put them on my community page so you guys can see how the parking spaces turned out. I'll put a full line of rigs up. America. Heck yeah. All right, now let's try this out. Just because I'm partial to it, I really like the way this turned out. It's a nice twisty bridge. And my drag brake is set up perfectly to just kind of roll down this. That's no throttle, that's all drag. Like I said, it's a really heavy truck. Woo! Come on. Whoa. What a noob. This is an SCX-10-2 kit version. They are discontinued. You can't get these anymore. The only way you're going to find one is probably on eBay. You find them still in the box, you are lucky enough to buy a lottery ticket. There's a view of the chassis. I've had this rig for, I don't even know how many years now, but it's a pretty nice rig. It's got lots of hop-ups on it. Let's try that again. Get my pack back down in there. I really like that an obstacle can be like that. Like, depending on which side you take it, you'll make it or not. And that's kind of what I want to do is, like, so you have to start on the right and then turn to the left. Maybe. Whoa, you're gonna do it again. Maybe I could take it straight on. You guys seen me do it just a minute ago. I must have forgot what I was doing, I guess. I don't know. There you go. Yeah, okay, so it was straight up. So if you try and take it to one side or the other, it's gonna be too difficult. Okay, let's try and go to the right. Whoa, easy, easy, easy. Whoa, going to the right is definitely harder. It wants to roll. I do not want to roll from that high up. Ah, ah. A little more to the left. Ooh, that tire wrinkle is crazy right now. Oof, come on, get the front end over. There we go. Ugh. Ugh. Made it. All right. Then we're on to the bridge section. Does the brand still make similar ones? The closest you can get to that particular model would be an SCX-10-3. I don't know if they make SCX-10-2s anymore. They may. Just go to Axial's website or type in SCX-10-2 and maybe you can get something similar to it. The SCX-10-3, they do make a straight axle version in a couple of models, but most of the SCX-10-3s are portal axle, which is a better performing rig. However, it's not a scale, and I like scale. I like scale realism, so I almost always drive straight axle trucks. You're welcome. Appreciate it. All right, guys, that's an hour for streaming.
I'm gonna call it off there. I really appreciate all you guys watching and seeing what I'm up to and stuff. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share the channel. I got tons of cool videos and stuff coming. I got tons of cool videos already out. Yeah, so we'll call it off there. Thanks, guys.